Yes, so just introducing our guest tonight. Our first guest was born in Widnes and joined Wigan's scholarship programme at 14 years old. He made his first team debut for Wigan in September 2019, coming off the bench and scoring a try in a 46-12 win over the Catalan Dragons. He was named Young Player of the Year at the annual Club Awards in 2002 after making 22 appearances that year, scoring 7 tries, 94 goals and 2 match-winning drop goals. Since then, he's made the number 7 shirt his own, featuring in all 32 of the Warriors games in the 2023 season, scoring 4 tries and over 100 goals, including 3 off the tee in the Super League Grand Final. Put your hands together and welcome out Harry Smith, Heritage number 1099. Our second guest tonight is Lebanese international from New South Wales, Australia. He made his debut for Wigan in March 2022 against Toulouse and scored his first try for the club against Wakefield Trinity the same year on the Easter Monday. His debut season saw him make 9 appearances and 8 tries. In 2023, he spent some time on loan and then was called up to be in the first team following some injuries. From this point, he cemented his role on the wing, going on to play 26 games and scoring 29 tries. He finished top try scorer for both the Warriors and in the Super League. After winning his first silverware with the club in 2023, he went on to score the opening try in the 2024 World Club Challenge, in which Wigan won 16-12 against the Penrith Panthers. Please give a Riversiders welcome to Heritage number 1116, Abbas Miski.
Thanks, Olivia. Evening, gents. Both okay? Happy to be here?
No.
Are you happy to be here? Yeah, Harry was on time. Abbas, we're going to dock you 2 minutes at the end. Right, so, first of all, can we have another round of applause for the World Club champions? So, I'm just going to apologise because we've only got one microphone, so we're going to have to just share it between us, and we're going to just wing it, aren't we? Right, so we're going to start off at the World Club Challenge. How was the feeling when the game was announced it was going to be at the DW Stadium?
Yeah, I was very happy. To get the stadium sold out as well was brilliant, and I feel that the fans really helped us during that game. There was some tough moments, and when you were spurring at us, it was brilliant. So, yeah, delighted to be able to do it in front of our home crowd, definitely.
Yeah, I would have been happy either way, to be honest. Play in front of my family in Australia would have been nice, but I think it's definitely a competitive edge playing at Wigan with obviously all the fans. I think that really got us over the line. So, yeah, really happy to have played it at Wigan.
So what was it like walking out into that stadium? Obviously it was capacity, big crowd, great atmosphere. Were you nervous? Do you get nervous before big games?
Yeah, I get nervous more in the warm-ups, and then once we come in, I feel alright. But it was nice to actually have all the fans cheering, not the away fans giving you some abuse. When you're trying to kick goals, that was a highlight for me.
Yeah, it was really good. You know, I was obviously very nervous. Sometimes all these weird questions go through your head before the game. You know, am I prepared enough and whatnot? And when you run out to a full DW stadium with screaming fans, you know you're there. It's really helpful to have that many fans.
So can you each talk us through your World Cup Challenge day? Was it any different to your usual match day prep?
No, pretty simple for me. Wake up, 2 poached eggs, meet the dog, go and play a bit of darts in my bar, and then chill, watch some YouTube, and then have some pasta and go to the game. Yeah, it was quite chilled.
Yeah, mine's very chill. Just walk to the local cafe, get some breakfast there, go back home, try and nap, and have a bit of a stretch, but no, nothing crazy.
Save the party until after. So what was it like in the changing room before the game?
Yeah, I thought we had a good atmosphere. We try to stay quite calm and relaxed. People listen to the music if they want to personally. And there was a good vibe, a bit of confidence, but that knowing that it was going to be a tough game. And yeah, I think we were ready for it. I thought the chat 5 minutes before we went out for one was really positive, led by Faz. So yeah, I think it was what it usually is, really. Would you be honest?
Yeah, I think it was very calm, just like any other game, really. The further you are away from the game, it really gets like similar to any other week. You know, as kickoff draws closer and closer, it starts. You know, the nerves go up and the specific talk goes up, and you really start to feel the energy. So I think, you know, leading up to the actual kickoff, it was quite calm up until the last, you know, up until the warm up, really, when we ran out and, you know, heard all that we heard.
Sounds like my day with the nerves. Right, so when you said, like, obviously someone spoke Faz, what did the coaching staff say to you, and what did Faz say?
What did he say? I think Willie Ice was shouting, "Get your running legs on," which means just run about, have a lot of energy. And then Faz just talking about sticking together and enjoying it, really. We've got to this moment, there's no point going out there and being in our shells, just be us and go for it, really. There's no point, what's the word? I don't know, that sounds wrong.
I can't remember anything, to be honest. Yeah, it's all a blur. You know, there's very specific talk before the game. Like technical, tactical talk about, you know, the opposition that's coming against us. There would have been, you know, very specific talk about what Nathan Cleary is going to bring and certain outside backs and how we stop them. But in terms of actual, you know, Rocky Balboa motivational, you know, sayings, that there's not that much really. It's just it is another day, and you know, we're very used to playing in big games like that. So yeah.
So Abbas, 9 minutes in, you score that try. Talk us through it, and also, were you aware that you passed 150 points for Wigan when you scored that try?
No, I wasn't aware about that until now. Yeah, it's a hard one. You know, we have that combination, myself and Bev, and that right edge. Really, most of the work was done by him, but. There definitely was talk during the week about that specific play and getting to that position on the field and allowing Bev to do what he does, you know, burn one defender and pick the pass. You know, after that we grew in confidence a bit. You know, we didn't think it wasn't easy, or Bev made it look easy, but we thought that's a part of the field that we can try and go out again. Although we didn't get, I don't think we got another try on that side. It was executed, you know, just the way we wanted it to, and it definitely helped us in confidence.
So Harry, you were just short with a conversion. Did the disco post put you off?
Yeah, Catman told me about that one at the start of the week. I actually can't remember why I missed that kick. I'll blame the post, yeah.
So just tell us about that play straight from the scrum that we saw Bevan moved offside for. Is it true that it was a Tommy Luluai inspired move, or are you claiming it as your own?
I'll claim it, but Tommy did help a lot. We spoke about in the pre-season trying to get a kick-in play off the scrum, and then Tommy managed to find a play in the NRL, a team do it. So yeah, we practiced it in the week. And we just said, no matter what time of the game, what the situation was, if we were winning, if we were losing, if we got in the right position, that we were going to do it, and it felt perfect. And Bev just had to let us all down, didn't he?
So, do you think offside was the right call on that? Anyone else think it was the right call? No. So, you said you had a few choice words for Bevan. Did you have a choice word for Sky as well? Are you sure? You've got form?
No, I can't remember. I think I said flogging. I think I said. I didn't swear. I know I do have past, but I've learned from that.
You've repented. So, Abbas, Jake Wardle, was it a try?
Yeah, it was it was a try because it was a try. We won that game, so it was a try. The position that the ref was in, if you watch it closely on the video, he comes around and he's just looking for the ball. The ball definitely did make it to the line. The argument that the ball didn't make it to the line is wrong. It definitely did. Double movement's another question.
So we're going to send that one up as a try. So we're going to ask the audience, do we think it was a try? Hands up. We'll take it as a try. So have either of you ever claimed to have scored a try that you know was just a teeny bit short, or you've kind of lost it just on the line?
Yeah, me definitely with my try scoring record. I've had a few held up and you give it the big one like Wardle did, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. So I reckon you definitely have.
If you say a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. So I definitely haven't got tries, but I've told myself I have, and that's the truth for me.
So Harry, as the playmaker in the team, are you constantly looking for where you can implement any set plays, or do you just play off the cuff, or is it a bit of both?
No, I definitely say it's a bit of both. For the whole team, we've got our main structure that then allows us to make decisions and be a bit off the cuff. In that instance, Bevan's try, the way we got to the position on the field where we wanted to allow Bev to then express himself and burn a player, as Abbas said, and pick the pass. So yeah, there's structure within our game, but then we have the unstructured side as well.
So we were 12 down at half time. What was the atmosphere like in the changing room? What was said, and were you still confident that we could win it? I'm going to pass that to Abbas.
Were we 12 down at half time? Oh, 12. We were 2 down. Yeah. No, we were very confident. Maddie, I remember that half-time speech, and Maddie was very proud of our first half efforts. And we were, we defended a lot. They had majority of the position in our half, but we iced our opportunities, and we knew it would turn a bit. Well, we were hoping it would turn a bit. We were very happy about that. And I remember Bev speaking and reminding us, where we are. We're half-time in a World Club challenge against Penrith with a full packed DW stadium. Sometimes you lose sight of that and you stop being in the moment. You're just worried, you're anxious. You're worried about making a mistake or something. So that was really good for us. We basked in that moment, that half-time moment, and then went back out in the second half and did what we did.
So, do you have any special plans for your medals or anything like that? Is there something that special you do with it? Do you give it to any family or?
Some medals I do give away, but I won't be giving this one away. I've got a few tops that I do need framing. So if anyone knows anyone that can sort me out, let me know. I've got about 8 to 10.
The medals, I just take them back home to my parents. And let them hang there. I always keep the jersey that I played in, and then tend to give away just about everything else.
So Harry, you had the shirt of the best player in the world. So why did you give it to Nathan Cleary? He was desperate for your shirt, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was mutual of asking to swap shirts and telling everyone. So. Yeah, I had to get in there quick before anyone else, I think, and yeah, I will take some offers if it's big money.
What do you call big money?
20 quid.
We'll say double figures in the 1,000, I'd say.
Any takers? So Abbas, how were the nerves in the last minute? Obviously the video ref seemed to take forever. How were you feeling?
Oh, geez, that last couple of minutes was so nerve-wracking, to be honest. That last minute as well, the video ref took such a long time, didn't he? I said about 30 prayers in that 4 minutes. I said it to work, so thank you, God.
So obviously the Hooter goes, World Club champions. Tell us how you're both feeling.
First of all was relief, as Abbas said, from the situation, and then just joy and excitement, and just proud of the effort that we put in to win, because it was not an easy game, and the way we won, we had to put a lot of effort in. So my main feeling was like excitement and proud of the group that I was playing with and my teammates.
Yeah, very happy. Matty and Wayne said that these are the sort of games that you remember and you look back on, 20 years after you're playing, and I think that's quite true, to be honest. I'm still coming to terms with the win a bit, I was very happy about the win and proud of the team and whatnot, but yeah, I'm hoping I'll look back at this one day and, with my name etched in history, all of our names, and, be very proud of that moment.
What can you tell us about the celebrations? How long did they go on for?
I didn't see Abbas on the second day. Oh yeah, I did actually, he was there. You just come later, didn't you? You were moving house, weren't you, or some excuse like that? No, we were out in Wigan, and then we had a group gathering in Manchester, and everyone splitted off at different times for the drunk levels. I wish you were last one standing, weren't you?
We finished the game, went to Wigan, Revolutions. I left at 6 a.m, walked to the kebab shop. Got a kebab from there, went home, got about 2 hours sleep, had to move everything out of my apartment because that was my last day. So 2 hours sleep, moved everything into storage, back out in Manchester, and then got about 2 hours sleep that night as well. So it was a very good celebration.
So how do you sleep after such a big game? Are you still buzzing, the adrenaline's still going? How do you relax?
Have a few beers. No, I think usually after games it's hard to sleep, but I feel because we were together and partying, your adrenaline sort of calms down once you go past 5 o'clock in the morning. You send to sleep, so yeah, I slept quite well actually.
Well, if you're out until 6 a.m. in Wigan, you don't have to worry about that.
So we're just going to take it back now, and we're going to look back to the Castleford game. Obviously, the World Cup Challenge was the next game up, so desperately wanting to avoid any injury or suspension. We'll get to that in a minute, Harry. The excitement was building, the stadium was already a sellout, and then you get that nice trip to Castleford.
Yeah, it wasn't the best when we walked in and there was a flood right in the corridor outside the change room. That was really nice, so that's what they were claiming, it was a flood. Yeah, I don't know how we can describe Castleford, it was just horrible. No positives except from winning, really.
We got lucky, didn't we? We lost Tomo. Lucky we didn't lose Harry. But yeah, not pleasant.
So was it just a case of get the job done, 2 points, and get out as quickly as possible? Yeah,
definitely. We just spoke about blowing the cobwebs off, getting that fitness ready for the World Cup Challenge, and try and put some of our attacking philosophies into practice, but obviously it was tough with the conditions and the pitch, so yeah, just Yeah, like you say, I think Matt was just happy to just get the win and just get out of there unscathed.
Yeah, that game was quite important for people like me, especially. I didn't have much of a pre-season. I only played 40 minutes in the reserves game, Mike Cooper as well, so that game was pretty important for us. And then obviously, yeah, the cobwebs of the team to blow them off. And I think the weather and the conditions of the ground might have worked in our favour. I think, you know, Harry and Jay were speaking about it. You know, we didn't really put on too much plays against Castleford, so Penrith didn't really have much to look at. You know, they were probably looking at that game thinking, we didn't look too good on that ground. But yeah, so I guess it worked out in our favour.
So, which are your favourite and least favourite away grounds?
Least favourite would be Cass or Wakefield.
Yeah, least favourite, Castleford as well. And favourite is probably change. I'll go Catalan, just because it's a good overseas trip. You know, nice place to go. Usually warm weather when you go there. Last time we went there, the ground was a bit ringwormy. But other than that, it is a nice trip.
So, Harry, that tackle. What was your take on it? What about his head position? What did you think about John Wilkin actually saying something nice about us for once?
Yeah, I thank John for that actually when I had an interview with him. But no, he definitely dove on his head. I'm not that strong to be able to pick people up and put them on their head. So yeah, I just thought I'd tilted him a bit to just try and drop him on his side and slow him down, sort of thing. And then I've never seen anyone naturally put their head down like that. So that was my take anyway. So I'm quite thankful as well because I think it was the right decision.
So, were you surprised with the outcome or just relieved?
Definitely more relieved because Matty said he was going to ring me at 12:30 on Monday and it only ended up being 2:30, so that 2 hours was not very nice. I think I walked the dog about 4 times just to take my mind off it, and yeah, just relief really, because I feel I didn't deserve to be banned because I didn't go out to hurt him or purposely dump on his head, and the way I felt he dove, I didn't feel I actually deserved the ban. If I did something wrong, I'd take the ban on the chin, but in this situation I didn't feel I did anything wrong, so it was more relief more than anything.
Right, so we'll just move on and quickly touch on the Huddersfield game. So we had a slightly shorter turnaround after such a big week. Did the World Cup Challenge game and celebrations change your preparation? Did you have any lighter training sessions or was it adapted accordingly?
Yeah, it definitely did. Well, we didn't have to come back into training until which day did we play? Yeah, we didn't have to come back into training until Wednesday, which is more of a recovery day for everyone, just because, you know, knowing that everyone was drinking pretty much up until Wednesday. Thursday was our main training day, but usually the day before the game we have off. So it'll be, you know, the day before the game we have off, and then play game day, and 2 days before the game is our main training day. So knowing that, you know, we didn't train too hard the day before the game, it was more of just a walkthrough really. So preparation was different, you know. Emotionally was different as well. You know, you're sky high emotionally against Penrith, and then to spend a couple of days drinking and celebrating and trying to get back to that same emotional level is impossible really. But I thought we did enough to secure that game, which we did.
So it was another good crowd for that game. How important are the fans for lifting you on the field?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've mentioned it, and Abbas has mentioned it. Just them little moments where the game maybe going flat or nothing's really happened, and then we sort of get a good tackling or something. That surge from the crowd really lifts us, and in that defensive setting, it sort of flips it. I think it more affects the opposition when we driving someone back in the crowd, you're on their backs. It just lifts everyone and knocks them down. So yeah, 100% brilliant. How many people come down, especially with their fans. Fans are pretty poor as well, aren't they? You
don't realise how much the fans play a role. Well, I didn't realise how much they played a role until COVID came around. Really, you're playing in front of no one. definitely does give you an energy boost, and the way Wigan does it as well. The amount of fans that we bring and the constant chanting and whatnot, like, it definitely plays a difference. And every player knows that, having gone through COVID and not playing in front of anyone.
How special was it doing the walkthrough in the fan zone as world champions?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I think it's growing more and more. I feel the gap to walk through is getting smaller and smaller each time. Just hands everywhere. So yeah, it's brilliant to be able to do that for especially the younger fans, get them involved, and that they're the future of the sport. So the more that we have there and enjoying them moments and enjoying the game, the better. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
It is getting closer, isn't it? It is. It must be hot in there as well, because some people got real sweaty hands. You need a whole bottle. We spray that sticky spray on us before we go out. I need a whole bottle after I walk out of that tunnel.
So it was also a really nice touch to see some of the backroom staff carrying the trophies through as well.
And I think they were struggling, weren't they? I think the heavy trophies, yeah, brilliant. Jacko the scout, Jack Roden scout, and Malk, especially with what Malk's done for the club and what he's going through. So yeah, that was a brilliant touch from whoever made that decision.
So we've had quite a few injuries coming into the season, and we've obviously picked up a few more. How important is it to have such a big squad, especially obviously in the forwards?
Yeah, 100%, especially with the way the game's going with bands as well, the unknown of bands. So yeah, I feel we've been a bit unfortunate with the start with the likes of Cruz and Sam Walters. So yeah, the signs we've made are definitely help us in this moment. And we were speaking about it in training yesterday, how lads that are coming in, there's been no change in standards or our levels as a team. So that's a really good sign for us as a club and a team.
Yeah, I think it plays a massive difference, to be honest. I think it could be a difference between winning a comp and not quite making it, especially in the Super League. You see it with some teams like Lee right now, who have lost 2 or 3 key players. They haven't really looked the same as they had last year. Credit to Wigan, the recruitment here is excellent. And if there is an injury, the next player to come in really does the job and sort of keeps the same intensity that the last player did.
So obviously there's a huge talent conveyor belt. It's never ending at Wigan. Which players should we be excited about seeing break through this season?
I'm going to say young Zach Eckersley. I really like the way Zach plays. Very athletic, can play centre winger, got a good rugby brain. So I'll say young Zach. Sorry.
Yeah, Zach as well as Jack. I think Zach definitely. I think he can play a fair few games this season. Yeah.
So you're from Widnes. Were you a Widnes fan?
Yeah, definitely the mighty Widnes Vikings. It was nice when they were in Super League, but then obviously it's all gone downhill from there. I think I timed it well coming to Wigan.
What can you remember about your first day at Wigan? Obviously you've had a real journey because you've come through all the academy. So what can you tell us about that?
The first day of scholarship. Ooh. I remember being intimidated, thinking there's a lot of big boys here who might not be 14, who are meant to be 14. Sammy Kabulia, Ollie Partington, people like that. I don't know. Like I said, I think I've always been, if I don't know you, I'm quite quiet, so I try to stay out the way the big fellas and just try and get through training as best I could really at the start, because I was very small as a kid.
So you've been a regular visitor to the Riversiders over the years. Obviously we've watched you come through the ranks, coming in to collect your Academy Player of the Match awards, to making your first team debut, to Super League and the World Club champion. What does the Riversiders mean to you?
Yeah, the Riversiders are brilliant. I was speaking to Reach at the back when you were speaking about the figure that you've raised for the young lads like myself when I was younger. It's just brilliant to be able to do the team activities we do and feel like an actual first team outfit. I feel that's why Wigan are so successful with the scholarship and the academy we've got, like we said, the conveyor belt of players. So yeah, you're a part of that, and yeah, the work you do is just brilliant.
You've attracted some NRL interest. Is that something you'd be interested in sometime, hopefully a long time in the future?
Yeah, I think it will be, unfortunately. Yeah, I think most young lads' dreams my age was to go to the NRL. It was always shown as the pinnacle, which I don't think it is a good standard, but I don't think it's as far off the Super League as the Australians like to say. So yeah, I think I would definitely like to go out there to test myself, but like you say, it might be a while yet.
So you made your England debut. What can you tell us about that?
The debut was a really good moment, probably more the build-up to the game, the nerves and the excitement, and having my family there presenting me my jersey and my cap and all that, and then it was a bit of a letdown the game really, because France were a bit poo. And, we were just too good. So yeah, but the experience to be able to sing the national anthem for the first time in a sold-out stadium was brilliant.
So, I don't know whether you're aware, some years ago there was a real divide in the England camp where the Leeds and Saints players just didn't mix at all with each other. What's the atmosphere in camp under Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne doesn't allow that to happen, along with Bubble, our strength this year at Wigan as well. He's the head of performance at England, and he's brilliant with team camaraderie. So yeah, that doesn't happen, but that didn't happen while I was there. The lads have good buy-in, and we're just all trying to make each other better. That's the philosophy Wayne goes with, and testing each other, and then the success will come off the back of that.
So what's it like having Wayne as your national coach? Do you feel like your game's benefited under him?
100%, not just Wayne, but just playing at that better standard. Being able to play against Tonga in the winter was brilliant for me. Playing against better players, it also definitely makes you better. And like I said before, challenging each other in training with better players makes you raise your standards. So yeah, everything around the England system makes you better, definitely.
So you enjoy a bit of sledging on the pitch. What? Go on, tell us something about that.
I think it just depends who it is and if they're annoying me or not. No, I'm not that bad on this. I don't know, it just depends if they're annoying me or not. Like.
So you've had a bit of banter with a few opposition players over the last few seasons. Obviously Jack Wellsby being one of them. What's it like having them as teammates in the England camp?
He's actually a good lad, Jack, off the pitch, to be fair, so that was actually alright. The Mikey Lewis one was a bit different, kept that distance, and then he sort of broke the ice, so that was nice for him, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a lot of players realise that when you step on the pitch, you can be a bit of a different person, and the way you go about the game is different than what you are off the pitch. So I feel quite a few lads are like that in rugby in general, in the England squad. So it's quite a lot easier than you think.
So you were player of the series against Tonga. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, it meant a lot. It was a very proud moment, as I said before, for me and my family, just to play for England, never alone, be picked as one of the best players. And before the last game, we had Rob Burrow present the shirts, and the last time a series like that was played in England, he won Player of the Series. So we were all eager to try and get that award. So for me to be able to receive that with what we were told was even extra special, to do it after a legend like Rob.
So you were on the Golden Boot shortlist as well for the best international player in the world. How did that feel? That must have been pretty special.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was a bit weird just finding out on Instagram posts, so I thought I'd get like a phone call or something, which was a bit strange, but yeah, I was a bit gutted to lose to 3 props though. Well, 1 prop, which is a bit weird. I don't know if anyone agrees with that.
Is it true you're a good swimmer?
I'm a very good swimmer, yes. Well, used to be. I'm still alright now. Cheers. Portugal, I won the swimming competition by how far? Half a length.
So you're an ambassador for the Joseph School charity. I can see you've got your wristband on. How did that come about? What can you tell us about it for people who aren't familiar?
Yeah, young Joseph's got a very rare disease, and it's through my girlfriend actually. So my girlfriend's granddad, his cousin is Joseph's dad, Paul Kendrick, who works in the newspaper. So it's sort of come through that really, meeting Joseph at a cricket club one day and speaking to Paul, and he'd had a few ambassadors in the past, and he asked me if I'd be up for it, and I was definitely up for it. And I wear my wristband every day, try and wear it in the warm-up, get it on telly as much as I can, and just trying to spread the word, because he's a lovely lad, Joseph, and it's quite sad to see what he's had to go through and his family.
Why do all your teammates pick on you about your hairstyle? You were rocking that fringe long before George Williams.
I don't think it's the hairstyle, I think it's the hairline. I think I'm getting a lot of abuse for. Yeah, they say my fringe is trying to cover it up, because apparently it's not very good. But it's my dad's fault, obviously.
So Jay Field said that you were the least favourite teammate to be stuck on a desert island with, because you are, quote, very annoying. What do you say to that?
I don't know, should we let Abbas answer that question?
Yeah. He would be very bad to be on an island with, but J-Field would be by far the worst.
You've got to tell us more.
He's like me though, isn't he, really?
They're both pests. But Harry has an off button. Jay does not have an off button. Jay's the one that's playing all the pranks all the time. You wouldn't want to be with him on an island.
So we're going to come to you now, Abbas. So tell us about your childhood. Your parents left Lebanon when they were in their early 20s, is that right?
Yeah, they did. Parents both born and raised in Beirut, Lebanon. Nice place. It was a nice place at the time, but civil war broke out there. And Dad went to Australia first. Settled there for a little bit, and then flew back to Lebanon. Got my mum, and then the rest was sort of history. They had some family there, and then slowly as you do with a lot of war-torn countries, you look for a safe haven, and they did, and they found Australia, and that's been home for myself and my 6 brothers and sisters.
So you're the youngest of 7. What was it like growing up with such a big family?
You got to protect your food. It goes quick. It was good. I was the youngest. Obviously, Dad was working a lot, but I was lucky enough to have very nice brothers and sisters, and they pretty much took care of me. And it was the oldest. My next sister's 3 years older than me, so my brothers were a lot older, so I didn't really hang out with them growing up. But I had a lot of, if anyone knows Lebanese families, they have a lot of kids like mine. So I had a lot of cousins and stuff growing up. But it was good that the big family's a nice thing. And now looking back at it, I've got 14 nephews and nieces. So it's definitely a nice thing to have.
So you were born in Penrith, but you're not a Panthers fan. I think, is it the Bulldogs you support? So what made you support them rather than Penrith?
Yeah, I was born in Penrith, and then we moved to, I think I stayed there up until I was 15, and then Dad moved south, which is closer towards Cronulla, if anyone knows that area. But there was a player, some of you might remember him, Hazem Masri. One of the best players growing up, the second highest point scorer in the NRL. He was a Lebanese guy as well, so I looked up to him massively, and the Lebanese community always followed the Canterbury Bulldogs. It was an unwritten rule. If you're Lebanese, you follow the Bulldogs. Regardless of whether you're born in North Queensland or Penrith, you always follow the Bulldogs.
So you made your debut in the NRL for Manly on the 4th of May 2019 against the team you supported, the Bulldogs. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was great. It's funny very ironic how that worked out. 2019, did you say? Yeah, 2019. Yeah, that was exciting. I didn't really know I was going to play up until midweek. There was an injury and I was thrown in. And we were lucky enough to win that game. That was a dream come true for me, to make my debut against the Bulldogs. I would love to have played for the Bulldogs, but in front of all my family and friends. I remember getting as well, I got midweek, as soon as I found out I was playing, I got a call. And I answered and I was like, yeah, who's this? And he said, oh, this is Hazem Masri. And I said, nah, shut up, who's this? And he said, no, serious, it's Hazem Masri. I said, I started naming off my friends. I was like, come on, stop playing pranks. And ended up being Hazem Masri. So, he gave me a call just congratulating me and wishing me luck. So, the whole week was great, and to get the win was even better.
So the Manly beaches are famous worldwide. How do they compare to Formby Beach during pre-season?
If you haven't been to Australia, they're the same. If you have been to Australia, you know that's a complete lie. I haven't stepped foot in Formby yet. Obviously, we did training there, but I refused to jump in the water. Northern Beaches or something else. If anyone gets a chance to go there, go to Manly and have a swim, and I'm pretty sure you won't come back.
There's no sharks at Formby. There might be a few other nasties in the water though. So you scored 2 tries in your final game for the Sea Eagles on the 27th of September 2020 before heading over here to join London. What was it like making that transition?
At the time I was just weighing up my options really. I didn't really think about coming to England. I wanted to stay in Australia, but after reviewing all the options and whatnot, this was during COVID as well, so things were getting a bit hectic for everyone. The London opportunity came up, and it was quite promising that year. We don't have the promotion relegation concept in Australia either, so London seemed like a good fit. They were recruiting well. Financially, it was probably an alright decision as well. I decided to just do it. It is a big move. Parents were quite upset. We're a pretty close family, but I thought I'd go for a year. I signed a 1-year contract with London, and I'd see where I'd go after that. I thought I'd go back to Australia, to be honest. I thought I'll go spend a year there, try and play well, and try and get something in the NRL again. But ended up in Wigan.
So how did you feel when you found out that Wigan were interested in signing you?
Very, very pleased. I remember speaking to my agent at the time, and he didn't tell me who it was. He said, which club would you be happiest about, knowing which club inquired about you. And I said my first club was Wigan, and he said, well, yeah, they're interested in you, and Matty Pete and Chris Redlinski were going to jump on a train later that week to come speak to me in London. Everything was professional from the get-go. For them to come all the way to London on a train, he had paper printouts of the facility, the plans for the future and everything. I knew it was a good fit straight away until I saw Harry.
Ice fringe. So, how did you feel when you were offered the new 4-year deal?
Honey. I was very pleased. I was very surprised. I knew negotiations were taking place. I was thinking, Wigan would offer me a 2, maybe 3-year deal, but After speaking to Rads and my agent and Maddie, they were very pleased and sort of spoke about my performances on the field, but also the camaraderie with the boys off the field. There's a very close group here. I think it goes a long way. 4 years was definitely something I was interested in, and for them to throw that at me, I was more than happy to take it almost instantly. I didn't really look anywhere else. I definitely didn't look back home in Australia. And if I was to stay in England, I wouldn't really go to another club after being at Wigan.
So you live in Manchester. I'm assuming you like the rain. What made you choose Manchester, not the rain?
I lived in Wigan for 3 months initially when I came here, and then I had to pay to get out of my remaining 9 months because I just couldn't handle it. No, it was alright. I liked Wigan. I lived here initially, but I'm more of a city boy. Moved in with Bevan. We lived in Liverpool together, and then we moved to Manchester. And I like it. I enjoy the city life. Go to cafes often, and like to see people around. But yeah, it does rain a fair bit. We're looking forward to summer.
So you've lived with both Bevan and Jay? Yeah. Who is the better housemate and why?
Who told you I lived with Jay? Oh yeah, I lived with him for a bit. I didn't know people knew that. Depends what you... Jay's cleaner. Bevan's different. I've never met a person that doesn't have a worry in the world. Like if it wasn't for me, council tax wouldn't get paid, electricity wouldn't get paid, water wouldn't get paid. He doesn't have a care in the world, that guy. So I get along with both of them. Obviously, we're all really good friends. But I've known Bevan since we were 18. We played at Parramatta together. I'd choose Bevan slightly, just.
But not Harry. So you've represented Lebanon, obviously most recently in the last World Cup. What did that mean to you?
It's very special for me. I played my first game for Lebanon when I was 17, I think, so I was quite early. I've played, I think, 14 games for them now. And I've been there from when Lebanon wasn't in the World Cups. We were fighting to get a better ranking on the international ladder. And then we made the 2017 World Cup. We went well there. We made it to the quarterfinal, and the same thing in the last World Cup. It's very special to me. My parents are Lebanese, born in Lebanon. I have that direct experience. I've been there twice. My sister got married there. There's a lot of close family members and stuff there. They're very proud people. Lebanon in the past and still till today has been going through, a fair bit of crap, economically, financially, politically, and especially in Australia. There isn't a large Lebanese community here, but in Australia it's a really big community that take rugby league very seriously. There's kids itching to play for Lebanon, and we're building into something big. Hopefully beat England soon.
So you've actually played a few different positions for Lebanon, including halfback, and you've also kicked a few goals. Has Harry got anything to worry about, apart from Jack Farrowand?
Say something on this. Abbas tells me every day, if we were in a parallel universe, he'd play halfback with me for Wigan. So this is a good question to see what he says.
Yeah, I did. It was also when I was about 20 kgs lighter. I started off, my first game was in the halves, and I think I played maybe 5 or 6 games before I sort of stuck to the wing. I was always changing positions growing up. But yeah, like Harry said, in some parallel universe, I'm a really good halfback. I tell myself that every day. If I could attack in the halves and defend on the wing, I'd be quite happy about that. I don't want to make tackles.
So, international rugby is quite fluid, with players representing different nations at different times. Would you qualify for or ever consider representing another nation, or is your heart with Lebanon?
Well, the only other nation I could represent is Australia. If they came after me, I'd give it a go. No, I'm I like to say I'm Australian first. I was born in Australia. I was raised in Australia. I am an Australian. I have strong heritage roots to Lebanon, but I'm Australian. Why not both?
Harry's actually quarter Lithuanian, aren't you? So would you ever consider representing Lithuania? If they got a team, would you start one?
I'll just swim from the Olympics, maybe.
So the number of teams in the next Rugby League World Cup has been reduced from 16 to 10, meaning that some teams are going to miss out. What's both of your views on that?
I didn't actually know that. I'm quite disappointed, actually. First finding out, yeah. It's a weird one. I don't know. Go on, have a shot.
I was pretty upset when I heard about this, to be honest. I sort of got my breakthrough through playing for Lebanon. I hadn't made my NRL debut yet. I wasn't even training full time yet. So Lebanon was a good stepping stone. I think it could be for a lot of young kids growing through. So when you get rid of a certain amount of countries, it sort of robs those kids of a possible opportunity. I don't know the reasoning behind it, to be honest, but I don't think it's a good thing.
I think there's a lot of rugby league decisions that we don't know the reasoning behind, isn't there? Sure. So how do you relax away from rugby league, Abbas? I've heard you like a bit of ping pong and a bit of tennis.
We go to a lot of we drink a lot of coffee. But yeah, a bit of ping pong, a bit of pool. We've got a good group. There's myself, Jay, Bevan, and Kate Ellis that all live quite close to each other, so we're always hanging out. Sometimes Harry comes in, once a month. Yeah, once a month. It's hard. It depends on the season. If it's really cold, there's not much to do. But in the warmer climates, when it gets a bit warmer, there's a lot of good things to do in Manchester. It doesn't include drinking.
So you recently said that you'd like to hear the coaches mic'd up during the games. What type of thing do you think we'd hear from Matty Pete?
A lot of swearing, I reckon. I don't know, actually. He's very calm in the changing rooms, so I think he would have that instant, that'll be what he's like majority of the times, but I feel if something did go very wrong or someone did something very stupid, I think he wouldn't mind a little blow up on the mic. A bit like myself, yeah.
So we're going to look forward now. We've got London, Salford and then Saints. So Abbas, can you preview the London game for us? What can we expect? Because they were really unlucky against Hull.
You'd expect what you expect to see from any other Wigan performance, to be honest. There's a couple, not new, but there's going to be a different sort of lineup, not heavily, but slightly a few different players, but the intensity will be the same. And we're not taking them any lightly. We know they're a very keen team. They're going to be very energetic for the whole 80 minutes. But again, we are Wigan and we treat all our oppositions equally. So, we're going to be going out there to put our best foot forward, just like we would against, Saints or anyone else.
So, Harry, what insight can you give us on the Salford game? Obviously, there's quite a few ex-Wigan players in the team, including your best friend, Joe Shorrocks, who's proving quite a big hit with the Salford fans at the moment. Is he enjoying it?
Yeah, he is enjoying it. He has told me though it's not the same as Wigan, but yeah, he's enjoying that responsibility of being a bit more of a main player and taking that on his shoulders. So he's enjoying that. But yeah, I went to watch him against Hull KR to watch Joe play, and yeah, they're very good in attack. They like to throw the ball around, and yeah, they've got a few ex-Wigan lads who may try and say they know how we like to play. So it'll be a very tough challenge for us, and they'll be at their best. But yeah, they've got a few weaknesses in defence which we should hopefully look to exploit.
So if we can hear from you both on Saints, what can we expect? Obviously both teams are unbeaten so far. Is it going to be a classic derby? And Harry, will you be swapping jerseys with Lewis Dodd?
No, definitely not. I've known Lewis since he was a lad. We played the same amateur team, but no, he does me in as well. It's good. The game, I think it'll be a very good game. I'm really looking forward to it. I've actually never won at Saints as a Wigan player, so I feel this is probably our best chance to do it since I've been here. I feel the way the team's going, if we can keep this momentum and keep everyone fit and healthy, I think it'll be a great game, and yeah, let's take it to him. Give it.
Yeah, that's probably going to be our next biggest test after Penrith, really. Although these next two games will be quite hard as well, but that's the one that's one that everyone looks forward to, and they're going to be itching to be versing us. We've won the comp, we've won the World Club Challenge. They had those 3 really successful years, and they still want to prove that they're the top dogs. So it's going to be a hard battle, and to do it over there is even harder. But it's exciting. These are the games we look forward to playing in, and these are the ones that prepare you for the end of the season as well.
So we've basically emptied the trophy cabinet, haven't we? It's always good to see. So can you both tell us who you think are the danger men in each of those 3 teams?
London. I don't know. I'll say Hakim Maloudi's name is a French player. He used to play for Toronto. He's a bit of a live wire, a bit of a maverick, can come up with anything. And then Salford, I'll go with my mate Joe Shorrocks, but he's going to get it anyway. So. And then Saints, I think I'll go with Johnny Lomax. I think if he plays well, Saints play well, so I'll say Johnny Lomax.
Yeah, London will be similar. It'll be Maludi, and they got that. What's it, Wayne? No. They got this guy from Papua New Guinea, and he runs really hard. He might be a bit destructive. Who's next? Salford. Nana McDonald, I think, is a very good player. I think it'll be hard to contain, or he can be hard to contain. So he's definitely one that we'll have our eyes peeled out for. And Saints, a lot of players that you should be wary of, but probably Jack Wellesby, especially if you give him confidence and let him get to a good start, he comes alive.
No ruffling, sir, this time. So we're just going to finish on with a bit of fun. So we're going to do a little quiz for each of you. So Abbas, your quiz is about London. So Wigan has always had a special relationship with London. We virtually paid council tax in the late 80s and 90s when we were at Wembley that much. So the questions are relating to Wigan in London. Are you ready? Question 1. Which of these London stadiums have Wigan not played at? A. Tottenham, B. Fulham, or C. Emirates?
Emirates.
Yeah, please don't help them. Let's make them sweat. So 1 point to Abbas. Question number 2. which Warriors player won the Lance Todd Trophy at Wembley in the 2011 Challenge Cup final?
In 2011. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to guess Sean O'Loughlin. All right, let me take another guess. Tommy Luluwai.
Anyone? Here's Jeff Lima. So question number 3. In 2015, Wigan took a game on the road to Millwall. Who did we play against?
There's nothing to do with London. Oh, Millwall's in London. It wasn't London, was it? Was another Super League team? They're playing in the Super League right now. They're in Lancashire. Begins with an L. Lee. Oh shit, they're in Yorkshire. Leeds. They begin with an L. Oh, he's messing it out. Alright, one more guess. I'll go... Oh, they're not.
Oh, no.
Catalan. Catalan.
Right, because you've done so well, I'm going to give you a couple of bonus questions before we move on to Harry. These are not about London. So, question number 4. Who finished the Super League campaign with the most try assists with 30 in 2023?
Bevan French. Yeah, Bevan French.
What's your answer? It was Harry Smith. Question number 5. Which player celebrated the 100th club appearance in the final league fixture against Lee?
Harry Smith.
Harry Smith.
Correct. Right, Harry. So your quiz is about the World Club Challenge. Question number 1. Wigan's first World Club Challenge at Central Park in 1987 against Manly in front of a crowd of 36,800. How many tries were scored?
0. Sean Wayne man of the match.
He's done his own work. 1994 saw Wigan in another World Cup challenge, this time away to Brisbane Broncos. Who was the man of the match in that game?
I'm gonna go Dennis Betts.
It was Sean Edwards. So, question number 3. Back in World Club Challenge action, again in 2017 at the DW Stadium against Cronulla Sharks. Joe Burgess got a hat-trick on that day. Who scored the other try?
Was it a prop? Was it a middle or was it a back? Give in. Clues. You're not giving me a clue. Who's a back? No, I don't think it was. Did it Tommy Luluai? No. I'm trying to think. Wasn't Sam Tompkins, he didn't play, did he? Wasn't Morgan Espray, was it? Wasn't George Williams? Ollie Gildart.
Right, so your bonus questions. Abbas finished as Super League's joint top try scorer. How many tries did he score?
It's 26, but I think was it 27? I thought it was 27, but he said 26.
It was 27. And your final question. Which player was crowned the Riversiders Player of the Year in 2023?
Your famous Abbas, Miski?
It was Abbas. Right, so thank you very much for coming. Hope you've enjoyed your evening.